More has been around more in the internet age, as it were. So
Right.
it'd be easier to find all that stuff and post it online.
Just leave it at this before we get to SummerSlam, and it's going to be a terrible segue. One of the stories on there. If you didn't watch TNA during the pay-per-view, $10 pay-per-view years weekly. Midgets
Fondling themselves
in
in
a trash can over Goldilocks. No, not the nurse, not the children's store.
That was the name of a precursor TNA knockout. I'm not sure if they called them knockouts.
Not a woman or cage dancers.
Yeah.
She was a backstage interviewer though, who also sang the Smash TNA theme song. The main
His favorite TNA theme song.
The man in me.
Now, do you like the remix version or the original one? The little country remix version? Or I think the other one was like pop version.
I like hardcore country. And
That's a completely different theme song.
now that Mickey's in WWE, so is Dixie. We'll get to the SummerSlam stuff.
I prefer the WWE, the O Mickey parody, or not parody, the O Mickey ripoff version.
Well, Pat entertained you while I did my list for our top 10 worst SummerSlam.
And it's mostly just going to be me staring at the camera.
Imagine if Dixie shows up at SummerSlam with Goldilocks live.
A live performance at Mania?
The man in me might come.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about for this very boring podcast. And then not just because this was talking more boring. There was like no news this week.
Yeah.
That was the news. I just tried to fill time.
We literally tried to make it more interesting, but...
Up next, we're going to do our top 10 worst booking decisions in SummerSlam history.
Yes.
We don't know what the others say, so this is going to be more interesting. Go ahead.
Do you happen to have a dishonorable mention? Or honorable or dishonorable? In this case,
No,
dishonorable.
but you can go.
Alright. Well, for me, the dishonorable mention that just missed the list for me was Seth and Cena from SummerSlam 2015. The match ended with Jon Stewart interfering in the match for John Cena and Seth Rollins. Enough said.
Yeah, that was me.
Alright, but number 10, for me, the 10th worst one was Kane versus Bray. I just thought it was a terrible introduction to Bray on a major pay-per-view. It was also weird. It was an Inferno match where you could win by pinfall and submission and not by, burning your opponent. It was the Ring of Fire, right? That's what it was called. Yeah. It just ended up being a cage match, but instead of a cage, it was fire. And no escapes or whatever. And for some reason, Bray took Kane, and that was never explained. So, that was my 10th worst.
Well, I won't elaborate on that. I will let to add to it, but since Pat took the words out of my mouth, because my number 10 was the Ring of Fire match. Yeah, I'll just add that it was a bad idea to book the Smash concept in the PGO.
Yes.
Normally it's just like you're putting on fire, blah, blah, blah. That obviously that happened, and you pin a submission. And it wasn't a terrible start for Bray. Bray didn't really gain traction until the Royal Rumble match down Bryan in 2014 after that. That and it's actually a symbol of Bray's booking nowadays.
Yeah.
So, go figure.
Sometimes Bray was wished he was booked that badly now. Alright, my number 9 spot goes to SummerSlam 15 again. The WrestleMania rematch, Brock versus The Undertaker. This is the first rematch after the streak broke from the 2. The match itself wasn't terrible. It wasn't even bad, I would say. I just thought the booking of that finish was atrocious. Brock's first loss after conquering the streak ended up going straight back to Undertaker, which is a little weird. And also the Undertaker doing the unseen tap out away from the ref's eyes, and then that false finish, and then him playing possum and putting him in the Hell's Gate, which sort of cheapened the Undertaker at that moment.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the same Undertaker. But it ended up But it ended up being a good match, so I ended up putting lower on the list.
Same reason for my number 9. Because it is actually probably one of the best matches in SummerSlam history. From what I think is arguably one of the 2 best years in WWE's history, 2000-2001. My number 9, and it's not even like a bad decision, but I just think I don't get it now looking back on it. Since they won the tag team championships at the next pay-per-view in Philly. But it made more sense for them to win it here. Number 9, Edge and Christian win TLC, the first TLC, at SummerSlam 2000. Pretty much it was in the Hardy Boys from town. The 3 teams, Edge, Christian, the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, got their push. And they're stealing the show WrestleMania 2000 from everybody else. And that's what associated Edge and Christian getting revenge on by the Hardys and Dudleys. The Hardy Show won in North Carolina. You know, I was at the show when they won the tag off the month after. I'll forgive it in Philly. I mean, good cage match, but it made more sense for them to win in North Carolina at SummerSlam. Because at the time, Matt and Jeff were as popular as a star, not named Rock, and maybe China at that point in 2000. So they should have won their hometown. It was just a point. I feel like WWE wanted to get one up on the hometown fans because, haha.
Because they never like giving the hometown heroes the win in their hometown. Okay, number 8 pick from me is from SummerSlam 1999. Mankind versus Austin versus Triple H. The match actually wasn't that great for the names that were in it. And also the booking I thought was a little questionable as well for the finish. Mankind ended up winning that match. Austin was the champion. Mankind ended up winning it. Also, fun fact, Jesse Ventura was also the special guest enforcer, right? He wasn't the referee.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But he ended up counting the... Yeah. But from the rumors I've always heard about this match was Austin didn't want to drop the belt to Triple H directly, and so Mankind won that night, and then the next night on Raw, he dropped that belt to Triple H. I think it took away a big moment from Triple H, not that he actually needed big moments in his career at the end of the day, but it was his first one, and it should have probably happened at the much bigger event at SummerSlam and not at Raw.
My number 8 also involves a DX member, but this time I felt like a DX member should have lost, not won. From SummerSlam 1996, Shawn Michaels versus Vader.
Okay.
Pretty much was simple. Vader was going to push, and it was the Tim and Monster like Brock and Braun are now. After carrying WCW was back along with Sting. Everybody knew Vader had the chemistry. What should do with Shawn? Vader had pinned Shawn Michaels the pay-per-view before at In Your House International Incident. And a 6-man tag with Owen Bundle. They beat Shawn, Sid, Ahmed, Johnson. Vader pinned Shawn, so that made Vader number 1 contender. Vader steamrolled everybody in WWE, and then he hit Shawn, and from what I understood, Shawn politic, because he didn't want Vader to go over, he wanted Sid to go over at Survivor Series, and which did happen.
Yeah.
That just ruined Vader's momentum, because that was the closest he ever got to getting the WWE Championship after carrying WCW on his back in the 90s.
Well, speaking of Click times, my next pick, the number 7 pick, includes a member of the Click, and probably a huge error for the Click. In 1995, for SummerSlam, it was Mabel versus Diesel. Again, the booking decision was bad. The bad booking decision was actually making this match happen. It's terrible. It should never have happened.
Just like Shawn Michaels and Undertaker were in the same King of the Ring tournament.
Yes. Shawn and Razor, the ladder match rematch, was also on this card as well. But yet that made it better. So, moving on.
I don't know how Battleground was considered worse than that show.
That's true, yeah.
My 7 comes from last year's SummerSlam. Brock, not beating Orton. Brock headlines over the crown of the first Universal Championship.
Okay.
Because I don't think it was ironically until Brock. Or actually Goldberg, believe it or not. It wasn't until Brock and Goldberg to me where the Universal Championship felt like a major title in the movie.
Yeah.
This was the Universal Championship. I don't care what the belt looked like at this point. I know the card, but we got the same reaction, any spell on the card. But this is says, and Beer and Finn's injury, nobody knows what happened. It says the new belt that was supposed to be the equal to the WWE Championship.
Well, it equally didn't main event with the WWE
Championship.
So.
It should have been Finn and Seth's main event match. And it should have been the time to crown Finn in the main event. Whether he got injured or not, that's besides the point. Brock beating Orton was fine. The ending I actually do like, Brock and Orton. But it fell flat at SummerSlam in the main event spot. Brock beating Orton like that will work better later on the card. In reality, AJ and Cena will main event SummerSlam last year, and everybody's happy. But in terms of debuting the championship, no matter how ugly it is, no matter what the fans' reaction were during the match, and the match is actually a great match, if you watch it on mute. Which I have. Judge it fairly. But yeah. But that's what Brock does. I said earlier today to Pat. Since Brock's coming back, SummerSlam has passed Rumble in terms of importance and stature. Because they've been making SummerSlam Philly Mania since Brock's been back in 2012. But now recently, they've been making Rumble Survivor Series too come back with these 4-on-4 things, which they should do. Because every show's 4 hours now. Or 6 hours.
Yeah.
And sometimes WrestleMania gets an extra hour. It's WrestleMania. But yeah, that would be my number 6 was her incredibility, or number 7 rather. Her incredibility to the Universal Championship out the gate.
Alright, my next pick was Luger versus Yokozuna at the 93 SummerSlam. It's pretty much just because Luger didn't get the belt, and he was planned to be, I guess, the replacement for Hulk Hogan. Maybe it wouldn't have led to that, but you didn't really give him the chance out of the box to win it at a big event. And also at the event, he ended up winning by count-out. But ended up celebrating like he, conquered, the evil farmer with a count-out victory. Again, I think it was just a missed opportunity and sort of an odd choice for the things that they did as well.
Number 7, yeah, I agree. I'll get to that one later. That's why I didn't emphasize on that one in 1999. So that's how I had those later. My number 6, 1995. The entire card.
Okay.
Mabel and Diesel was already covered. Let me see. You had Shawn Razor, okay, fine. Bret and Undertaker was spread out among the card. I guess mediocre talent, no disrespect to King at the time. But I guess Isaac Yankem, not King. I mean, it's Glenn Jacobs, but and Kama, respectively. Bret was with Isaac. Taker was with Kama. The way they set up the ladder match is also sad. It was supposed to be Shawn versus Sid in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Gorilla Monsoon was the kayfabe president at the time, literally went on air, on Raw, and canceled the match with the following words: "Nobody wants to see Shawn versus Sid." And they put
Nobody wants to see that.
And they put Shawn versus Razor. That was literally how they made a match. There was no story or nothing. So a match.
Just Sid is a crap wrestler.
Right.
We're throwing Razor in there. And he has half the brains that you do.
And then you had talent like Isaac on no disrespect to King. But at that point, Isaac Yankem, the Blue Brothers. There goes those Harris brothers. Bob Holly and Spark Plug.
They go to every company.
They're all on the card. But Lex Luger and Bulldog are left off the card. And Bulldog had just turned heel at that point.
So they actually probably sort of saved it by changing it from Sid to Razor.
Right, it actually could be much worse. And that's possible.
Yeah.
Because that's arguably the worst SummerSlam ever. Actually. Sorry. Trying to figure out. Yeah, it probably is, actually.
Alright, well, while he's figuring that out, my number 5 pick is from 2006 SummerSlam. And it ended up being Orton versus Hogan.
How did I skip her out?
Yeah, that ended up killing almost effectively killing the Legend Killer thing that he wasn't able to top. That Orton wasn't able to topple the biggest legend there probably is, or at least arguably probably is. I think he just cut out Orton's legs that actually probably could have gone on for a long time with the Legend Killer stuff. I know it was around for a while, but it probably still could have gone on farther than that. And just to make Orton just a little bit more special from what he was being treated as post-Evolution and even Evolution Orton as well. I think it just cut out the legs of the young talent just for the sake of a Hogan victory.
Yeah, I agree with that. Just watched that match, I think, 2 weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago. That's SummerSlam. Yeah, the match isn't really that long either. It was like 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And I watched it back and wasn't really all that great either. Well, Hogan was like immobile at that point with his knee, so not surprised, but yeah, there's nothing much to say. I actually completely skipped that one for some reason. My number 5, SummerSlam 2011. Kevin Nash returns. And Alberto Del Rio catches it on CM Punk. This is just stupid. Punk was the hottest guy in wrestling in 2011. Wasn't good to play with ball. Yep. They did that.
Gotta have that Big Daddy Cool be on top at the end of SummerSlam.
And Del Rio has charisma like a show. More than Jinder. Jinder has charisma like a foot. At least shoes have design. What I mean is Del Rio's flashy or Jinder's not. Did I say that? Because I know
At least Del Rio is better in the ring.
yeah, that helps.
I've actually seen Del Rio put on great matches. So.
Yeah, and for some reason Del Rio got the belt. Punk got the belt back 3 months later, Survivor Series, but even though he had the 420-day reign, and he was so hot at the time, he was never as hot as he was for those 3 months now. Between June 2011 to August of 2011. And they just ruined that just so Kevin Nash could text himself.
Yes. Alright, my pick was, the number 4 pick for me was in 2003 with the Elimination Chamber. It was Goldberg, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Kevin Nash, Triple H. Am I forgetting anybody?
No.
With those 6 men.
Just watch this too.
Yeah. Long story short, Goldberg should have won that match. Or at least not lost the way he did to Triple H. Also, it was sort of weird how Triple H was taken out of the match by being super kicked and knocked out for what felt like 20 minutes, but was probably more like 10. And he was held in the pod thing for a while, so he wouldn't get pinned. But it ended up being a sledgehammer that took Goldberg out, and sort of almost Goldberg ran into it while Triple H was holding it. I think he needed a stronger build at that point. Just because it was his first major match on a major pay-per-view. Before then, he was feuding with Christian
And
Jericho,
yeah.
and minus his match with Rock.
Rock, yeah.
I think he needed that victory right out of the gate for his first title reign.
I'll elaborate more on that because I had that later. I will say I just watched that match though as a whole. And before I used to care for a match, I'd go and soften my old tender age of 26 because I actually enjoyed the match when I just watched it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that it wasn't the best match on the card. That was Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And there's an underrated gem of a failed 4-way on there that's only like 10 minutes. There's like one, Chris Benoit versus Eddie Guerrero versus Rhino versus Tajiri 396. And the chamber will be interacted on that card.
Okay.
My number 4 was one past earlier. Triple H does not win the WWE Championship in 1999. I'm not going to really go much further than what Pat said. I will say that, as we were saying, Triple H not winning a championship is a problem. But in this case, it is a problem. Like Pat said, it was his first. The Mankind thing was just, from what I understand, wasn't going to drop it. And it literally just threw everything away.
Yeah.
So there's enough else for that.
And there was also that thing of China also possibly getting the match earlier in the feud too.
Might as well. She
She
showed
might
that.
as well have that.
She probably showed
at that
one.
point.
And then Triple H could beat her.
Yeah. Alright, my next pick is, which is number 3, in 1994, Taker versus Taker. Who the hell thought a fake Taker versus The Undertaker would actually have been a good idea? It was campy to begin with. The best parts were with Leslie Nielsen. Apparently, you were interested in the match.
No. But it's both of us. Leslie Nielsen just wander around tails, small tails.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the best part of that whole night. Probably not that whole night because Owen and Brett had a brilliant cage match. Probably my favorite cage match of all time.
I was 3. I didn't know which
one.
Undertaker was which.
You know, the one that Paul Bear with Paul Bear.
There's a good chance Pat's telling the truth.
You know, with his flashlight urn or whatever the hell that was.
Yeah, for some reason that urn had lights in it.
Yeah.
All the way up until 2010.
It was. I know the '90s are known for being campy in wrestling, but that was sort of over the top. Also, to me, I could always have told which Undertaker was which.
The purple one.
Yeah, the purple one was, Mark Calloway or the real Undertaker, as it were. And it was just terrible. If a wrestling company needs Leslie Nielsen throughout the night to save the whole build up, that's not good.
That's not big.
I don't know why a wrestling company would do that. Or in WWE's case, a sports entertainment company.
And my number 3 comes from the year before. Pat elaborated on that earlier. Lex Luger wins my count. By the way, I do not have Undertaker versus Undertaker on this list. Yeah. Luger celebrated like he just won a championship. His career never recovers.
Alright, number 2. Like Joe said earlier, it was for one of his picks. It was Cena versus Punk at WrestleMania. I wanted to say that. SummerSlam 2011.
So, for some reason, that never happened at WrestleMania.
It was. I remember it being a very hot storyline and being very interested in what would happen next. But for some reason, Kevin Nash came out and it altered the storyline to where it shouldn't have gone. It moved the focus from Punk onto whatever Triple H and Kevin Nash were doing slightly more. I mean, even more so at Night of Champions, but it started turning that way. And it ended up cutting off a very hot storyline that probably could have started that probably could have went on for a very long time.
What a weird time period after that.
Yes.
Remember when everybody walked out?
That was weird.
Booker T grabbed a laptop and left.
Mark Henry, who was the beater down of many production staff, and Jerry the King Lawler, walked out next to Jerry the King Lawler.
And he gave Jerry King Lawler an anal bleeding.
I forgot about that part.
I scored him a little cold. And JR looked shocked that night. And Booker T went, what? Kelly walked out.
Because she attacked Beth Phoenix.
Phoenix. I'm not sure what that happened.
Beth Floyd walked out because she said she felt threatened. And the only thing that happened that night to her was that she got beat up by Kelly.
King stood up from commentary for some reason. That was strange. Besides the CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, AJ Lee King run, 2011, the fall 2011 to like the Shield debut is a very strange time.
Yes.
It's literally the CM Punk run, along with Daniel Bryan, Kane, and AJ, until the Shield debut. That's what probably picks back up. My number 2, 2003, Goldberg loses inside the Elimination Chamber. Just stupid. Move on. Goldberg's 30 sure will be different if you want. I think we might have to see it on the
Yeah, we probably do. My number 1 pick is Nexus versus Team WWE or Team Cena. I'm not sure how they refer to the team as a collective.
Yeah,
it was Edge, Jericho, John Morrison, R-Truth, John Cena, and it ended up being Daniel Bryan. And I think I also forgot Bret Hart too as well.
It was versus Bret Holly, but
I put this at the top because the Nexus were actually another hot storyline that was going into SummerSlam. Even in the beginning of the night, it was weird. I think they beat down. They interfered in the Dolph Ziggler.
Kofi.
Yeah, to make the storyline to make the show all about this one storyline. And Nexus went out there, the 7 guys they had at the time. And for some reason, at the end of the night, on their biggest fight there, John Cena won the first one. And I don't think Nexus actually fully recovered from that. And that's why I put it at number 1. It stopped 7 careers almost cold.
Heath Slater's a big success. I don't blame Cena. Obviously, the other 6 couldn't hack it. Especially when Slater was pushed as one of the worst of the group. Just saying. Well, Darren Young's still there, but he don't have it.
Slater's gonna slate.
Well, no, actually, I do blame Cena in this case because according to Edge, I think it was Edge on Jericho's pocket.
Edge and Jericho.
So on Jericho's pocket a couple years ago, they explained that Cena they pushed for Nexus to go over, which was the obvious decision. But apparently, Cena pushed the other way and swung it in his favor.
Yeah, Cena ended up winning that fight.
DDT.
I think Edge and Jericho just ended up going, fine, we'll do what you want. As long they're going out early in the match anyway. So.
Yeah, as long as I mean, Cena got DDT head first on concrete too by Justin Gabriel.
And I think Cena took out the last 3 members of Nexus.
Yeah, Nexus was literally being booked at like the NWO was being booked when they first came on the scene.
Yeah.
When the way they debuted it. That call of any legs they had and any momentum.
Yeah, exactly.
And honestly,
Wade Barrett, I don't think never fully recovered. I mean, there were a few interesting months after that where Cena got beat, where Wade Barrett beat Cena and joined Nexus.
But it was too late. But then that storyline.
Yeah, but even that crumbled at TLC. But this is SummerSlam Bliss.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was the worst booking decision because it hurt 7 careers. Not saying they will all have big careers after that, but I mean, there's a good chance Barrett will have. Slayer.
Gabriel, they seem to be really behind as well.
But yeah, he never recovered in WWE. He's going to find with Johnny Grando. Barrett, Gabriel, and Ryback were probably the ones that got hurt the most by that.
Yeah.
Ryback almost did have to come back, but they were actually stupid there by making lose CM Punk in the Hell in a Cell, even though I don't agree with about Viber. But that's another time. But yeah, that hurt 7 guys. But Slater recovered. Somehow Darren Young's still employed.
And I mean, Slater's got kids. I mean,
yeah,
he needs that job.
Vince understands. But yeah,
and apparently Brock doesn't give a shit about those kids either. Which made people give a shit about those kids.
And Slater, yes. But number 1 will definitely be Brock. Will be see the Barry Nexus. And that's it for this week's very short podcast.
Of about 2 hours and like 10 minutes.
Oh, it's only 2:30 in the morning. Then we'll see you Monday night for live roll review.
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram links are down below, and see you Monday. Leave a comment and subscribe.
See you Monday, guys.
Enjoy roll and see.